Now, because Dart language and many new programming languages that have been emerging, they really focus on being very minimalistic. What that means is there are different ways in which we can minimize the code that we're writing to achieve a certain thing, right? For instance, a good example would be if we are creating a function, let's say this function is a string type, right? And returns name. Let's say get name. And what we can do here is if we know that the only thing that this thing is returning is just something, a name, a string, I can just go ahead and say like this. Notice what I did. I said equal and greater than sign. What that means, it means return these expression. Which expression is it? Is whatever we're going to put here. I'm going to say James Bond. And we're back to James Bond again. If you have been following me and do my courses, you've noticed that I use a lot of James Bond. I don't know why. But in any case, that is what you can do, right? So you can use this expression here, so greater or equal, and then greater than sign to say that this is the expression that you're returning, which is this James Bond. See, it's very simplistic. If you look at this return show name here, right, you can go ahead and say return hello from show name, which is fine, but look at how simplistic this one is. The same kind of function, right? But this one has a lot more lines of code, and this is very concise. So you can use this keyword here, and then your expression, which really means this, return the expression. Right? Like that. Now, the caveat here is that you can only use this if there's one thing that you're returning. You cannot return an actual statement and use this notation here. That wouldn't work, right? It only works for expressions. In this case, James Bond, or a variable that you're passing, and so forth. So, how would you then change this method here, show age, to this notation? Go ahead and do that, and I'll wait for a second here. I should probably play elevator music to set up the mood. All right. I'm very confident that you are able to translate this to something like int show age. I'm going to just say show age now so that I don't have issues, naming issues with the show age. And then you guessed it, 34. There we go. So if you're able to do this, hooray, congratulations, you are the smartest person I've ever known. All right. Okay, so but does this make sense though? Is this making sense? Do you see the difference here? If not, please let me know in the forums, and then I'll explain further. But it's really easy to really understand and see the differences, and also why is this important. You know, if we are going for simplicity and for code reduction, if you will, right? Instead of being a verbose, which means you have to write a lot of code to achieve something, if there's shortcuts that we can use, we are going to take advantage of it. All right, with that said, I will see you in the next video.